This is Anthony Davis with Shapeshift Wellness. Today's going to be a really short video. I'm just going to show you one simple thing to look for if you're trying to find the answer to a question and you're trying to find some legitimate sources to some kind of sciencey question or some kind of movement or anatomy question or biology or whatever. Just one quick tip that you can use to make sure that you do have a legitimate source. And that is that you need to check the sources of your sources. And we're going to use the example of scapular winging. So like with your shoulder blades sticking out on your back, does that matter? And how you might Google it and how to just quickly check the sources of your sources. Okay, let's get to it. Hey, real quick, do make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so if you wanted to know, does it matter if I wing my scapula, if my shoulder blades are sticking out? Is that like a risk? So you might go to Google and you might say, all right, scapular winging, is it so risk? All right, so I've got some keywords. Now, before you hit enter, here's a free extra tip. This is not the tip that the video was intended for, but here's an extra tip. In my Google searches, all I do is I add NCBI. Okay, NCBI is going to make sure that all of the results in your search are going to be from PubMed somehow. They're going to be coming from NIH, the National Institution of Health. And so already that means that my search results, as you can see the website here, NCBI, here we go, NCBI. So all of these are coming from a national database of basically peer-reviewed research. Now, not everything on PubMed is high quality. In fact, there's a lot of really low quality information on PubMed. However, I would argue that the lowest of the low information on PubMed is better than most, even high quality blogs and YouTube videos. Hey, I'm going to throw myself under the bus. You're watching a YouTube video. I'm not a professional, career researcher, right? So if you want to know research, go to the research, read the original research. Yeah. So, okay. So here we go. We've got scapular winging, NCBI. We want to know if it's a risk. Well, let's just check out the first hit and see what we got. So winging of the scapula. This might be a good overview. And in the overview, we see this claim right here. So we got this abnormal position of the scapula. So scapular winging, when your shoulder blades are kind of sticking out behind you, can lead, what can it lead to? It can lead to many physical, functional disabilities such as pain, decreased strength, and range of motion. Well, that sounds terrible. It sounds like what everybody tells you about your scapula winging is totally true, and that you should never wing your scapula because it's going to lead to pain and disability and weakness and decreased range of motion, right? That's what it sounds like. It's right here. And look, if we scroll down, look at this. They have references. Look at all these references. So we're good, right? We can quote this. I can go up here. I can say, all right, so I have a citation. Here we go. Cite this page. Now I've got a citation right here. So I can just copy paste that citation, throw it in my Instagram post and quote this article and say scapular winging. Oh, and I'll have like a picture of like winging scapula and I'll be like, or whatever, I don't know, thumbnail, and I'll be like, oh my god, scapular winging causes pain, it's terrible, right? I can do that, and I'm citing an article. No, I can't do that, unfortunately, because look, this abnormal position of the blah blah blah, it screws you up, but then look, there's no citation. They have references. You can see them right here. They have references, but they didn't reference this statement. They didn't reference that statement. Here, let's scroll down and find a reference. So here, right here, this is what a reference would look like. It would be a little number in brackets, and you could click on it, and then you would see the original research right here that supports the statement that came right before it. And then you could click on the PubMed link and it would open up here, and then you could see the original research that they were citing. And then you would want to cite this, not the previous study, right? So here they say, oh my God, scapular winging is terrible. It causes pain and it's going to make your shoulders explode. And then there's no citation. So if you have an article and you find something, and especially if you're reading blogs, and they don't cite their sources. And not just they don't cite their sources, but they don't cite every single claim that they make. If they make a claim, they need to cite that. And then if they go to make a new claim here and then here, all of those need citations. So just make sure that your sources have sources, and then check out those sources. And sometimes it goes down a rabbit hole where, and this is why you do it, is because sometimes you'll find the source and then you track it down and then, oh, okay, so that wasn't the original research. These guys are just quoting this other article, and then they're getting it from these other guys, and then these guys are getting it from these other guys. And then there's actually no original source because the source was like from 1985 and nobody has an original document of it. And it was kind of an offhand remark by some guy in a bar, or I don't know. I'm kind of exaggerating, but not really. Sometimes these things are just rumors, essentially. Rumors exist even in research. Yeah. We can miss those things too. I say we, but I'm not actually a professional, career researcher. Professional researchers miss these things too. Okay, things slip through the cracks. So make sure to check the sources of your sources, and remember to add that that NCBI to your searches, and then at least you're looking at PubMed results. By the way, if you did want to find legitimate resources, just go up here, stop looking at books, look at PubMed. Type in your search terms. So we would want to use scapular dyskinesia because that's the fancier word for winging. And then we would search that. And then we would also want to make sure we put some filters on it. So we would want to look at meta-analyses. And let's go back. We want to look at systematic reviews and meta-analyses first. And then look, we've got a bunch of articles, and you could read them all. You could look at the abstracts of all these and see if any of them are interesting to you. But now you're looking at all of these sources are going to be much, much higher quality than anything you're going to find on some random blog or just by randomly Googling things and trusting Becky's blog about diet and exercise or whatever. Cool. So I hope this has been somewhat informative and not too boring and dry, because I know research can be boring and dry. Anyway, if you have suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments, and do like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next episode.